try 17. I think as I read your question, my second, my question is, I think you should rephrase it as, is my daily training regimen worse than, equal to, or higher than the level that the average of the women's team you're about to try out for? Is it below, equal, or above? Right? Because if you're spending a few minutes a day working on your fundamentals that are at a higher level, then when you step on the pitch, right, you're just gonna have a lot of fun at the tryout. So I think, just like someone mentioned, you won't know until you go try out, but there are some things that I think will help you tip the scale in your favor that you might not be aware of. So I just want to try and give you a quick crash course, because there's things that I wish I knew 27 years ago that I'm just finding out about recently. And I came off of this past fall. I coached a college team, and none of the players were aware of this. This is a local D3 team, a local D3 university. And so here they are. One is a breathing exercise. One is a breathing technique. The other is a movement skill. And then the 2, 3, and 4 are tools. Okay, so what does your breathing look like? Right. So if you take a deep breath, does your upper back and shoulders go towards the ceiling? Does your deep breath look like this? If it does, then you want to check out this video called How to Breathe by Dr. Vranich. If there's only one thing you could take away from this whole video, this would be it, because they say 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter, 3 weeks without food and water, you'd be dead. 3 minutes without air, that's why it's the most important. So, right, Dr. Vranich is going to show you her belly breathing technique, which basically looks like this. All you're going to do is and why this is so effective is because it uses less energy than breathing with your upper back and shoulders, which means this is going to allow you to effortlessly improve your stamina, your endurance, and it's going to help you stay calm in high pressure situations on and off the field. So, right, just check that video out. She's going to go to the science about how she came up with it, and it's completely changed my life. And I say this in almost every single video I make, because no one's teaching this. No one's teaching players how to breathe. So I think this is one thing. It's a quick test, and maybe you know it. So if you did, let's carry on. There's something called it's called an RMT rope. It's just a soft piece of rope as long as you are tall. But just for the point of the video, let's say you don't have an RMT rope. So, and let's say you don't even have a dog. So I was gonna teach you with this dog leash, but let's make it a little bit even more. Let's make it more obscure, or let's make it more relevant. So maybe you have an electric or an extension cord. So the reason why an RMT rope is so powerful is because using an object like an extension cord or a dog leash, since your body's connected from fingers to toes, as you swing this rope around in circles, you're going to get a better understanding of where your body is in time and space, right? So this is an effortless way that you could start to improve your timing, your rhythm, your coordination, your balance, your core strength, and just start to develop balance in different ranges of motion, right? Dynamic balance. So you could get into a squat, right? You could go high, right? And really just start to understand where you are. And why this is relevant is because it's going to improve your running technique. It's going to help you prevent injuries. It can help you recover from injuries. It's going to make it harder for you to get pushed off the ball. It's also visually intimidating. If you're swinging this rope around at high speeds during your WPSL warm-up, people are going to say, I don't know who this chick is, but she's looking like she might know something. So I brought an RMT rope to Amsterdam, to Paris, to Italy, to Germany, and I promise you, you bring an RMT rope around, traveling internationally, you are the last person that people want to pickpocket, because, right, who would you rather? Who do you think a pickpocket's going to target? The person swinging the rope around at high speeds, who looks like they know kung fu, or the mother and father who are like dealing with little kids running around, who are distracted and who aren't really being aware of their surroundings, right? So, forget about 6 feet of during COVID protocol. No one stood anywhere near me when this thing's whipping at high speed. So this is a tool that literally will make people perceive you as dangerous, and you want that, because if people think you're dangerous on your own team at a possible tryout, I mean, who do you want on the field? You want your most dangerous players. So this is a tool that's going to have them saying, I wonder who Try 17 is. And for $10, I mean, it's one thing. Besides that breathing video, this is one thing that's completely changed my life. I'm 10 times the player I was 12 years ago playing D1 college soccer, and an RMT rope is the reason. If you want to learn more information, search David Weck, W-E-C-K, and that's an RMT rope. Okay, the next tools. Right, you think about fundamentals. Fundamentals, in my mind, dribbling, juggling, and that's it, because passing and shooting are the next level, right? Juggling is rhythmic passing, or you could say juggling is rhythmic shooting. So you might want to invest in a 2.2 pound medicine ball. I think the chances are that you have a tennis ball is very high, but I think the chances that you have a 2.2 pound medicine ball that you're currently juggling with is very low. But when you start to juggle with a tennis ball and use it as a contrast training, right? So you're going light, then heavy, light, then heavy, heavy, light. This is going to tremendously improve your juggling, power, and precision, going back and forth between 2.2 pound medicine ball and a tennis ball. So, right, they say not all the best jugglers are the best players, but all the best players are always the best jugglers. So, I mean, immediately when you start kicking it, you're gonna feel how much more challenging this ball is compared to a size 5 ball. And right, I don't even own a size 5 ball. I only own training tools, right? Soccer training tools, because if you could juggle a tennis ball, like you want to start to master the outliers, right? The tennis ball, small, precision, right? Improves your precision, and then the heavier medicine ball, or you could maybe use a basketball pumped up very heavily, or you could use a basketball would be the next best thing, pumped up very heavily, right? Because they're both ends of the spectrum. So when you step on a pitch with a size 5, it's gonna feel much easier, right? So it's gonna give you, training with these different size balls, the outliers are gonna give you a competitive advantage. So this tool was suggested to me by someone on Instagram. His name is Tyler on Instagram. If you want to check it out, his handle is _ty.fitness_. And if you check his juggling sequences out, juggling patterns out, forget about it, man. If you're looking for some inspiration, even scrolling back to some of his first videos, his juggling patterns are so simple, but they will, they're really going to inspire you to raise your game. Lastly, this tool, this is an SKLZ kick trainer, right? So the reason why this is so powerful is because you can cram months of training into days or weeks, right? In 60 seconds, you could get 60 touches, which means in 15 minutes, you could get close to 900 touches effortlessly. You could be watching some soccer or some football at home, or you could bring your dog for a walk, and you could just be, nice and easy, strolling around, just getting touches, breathing, right? And again, it's working timing, rhythm, coordination, balance, relaxation, right? And just your striking abilities. So I'm not saying that this ball and a rope is better than having a training partner. I'm not saying it's better than using a wall or using a rebounder. but it's portable, it's lightweight, and it's cheap, right? $24 for this SKLZ solo kick trainer, and you could just get so many repetitions. So for that reason, you know, clubs all around the world use these. AC Milan, Ajax, Sevilla, Wesley Sneijder talked about using one of these growing up, and you know, you just don't see a lot of kids using them these days. And you know, it may be a child's toy, but I think it can really be a powerful tool in your arsenal. And similar to the RMT rope, if you show up to this tryout and you have a tennis ball on the juggle, you're swinging an RMT rope, you're using a kick trainer, and your warm-up is looking dynamic, you're almost turning tryout. You're almost creating two tryouts for yourself. One is on the field, but the other one is when you show up a little early, and now you're kind of demonstrating your technical abilities even before the tryout starts. So let's say you don't even have a great showing, but your technical training seems at a higher level than everyone else who's either trying out or currently on the team. Then I think they're going to look at you, they're going to see the future value of your training and say, hey, I want try 17 on my team. So yeah, I think those are enough to get you either asking some different questions of maybe, can I spend 1 minute a day in either acquiring some of these tools or ordering some of these tools. I mean, the cost to invest in it, I mean, the breathing video is free. RMT rope, you could tie 2 shoelaces together, or I'm sure you have an electrical, some wire or a dog leash, right? So that's almost, close to free. This is $24, 2.2 medicine balls, $30, 3 pack of tennis balls, not even $5, right? $5 or $6. So all of these things are low cost to test out, and I think huge upside return, huge upside potential. So let me know how they work out, and hopefully some of these ideas help. All right, thank you.